zombie prank guy from Vine, and I kind of like switched myself into fitness. But today I'm just going to be talking about my whole life from when my mom was pregnant with me, all the way up to how I got myself to where I am today, doing all this crazy stuff. So I'm just going to basically bring you through my life with this PowerPoint. So, when my mom was pregnant with me, they had an ultrasound, and the doctor said to my mom, you know, your son's not going to be a normal kid. She said, what do you mean not going to be a normal kid? She said, well, from the ultrasound, it looks like he doesn't have some of his limbs. It looks like he doesn't have legs, or he has one arm. And they classified me as hand-heart syndrome. Now, hand-heart syndrome is a super rare syndrome that they label me as, and hand-heart syndrome either leaves the baby with undeveloped organs or undeveloped limbs. And in my case, it was undeveloped limbs. So when my mom had me, they ran a bunch of tests on me to see if I was healthy, if I was going to die or not. And all my organs were 100% healthy. It was just I was born with undeveloped limbs. Now, about 10 or 12 people have had my case, and 70% of them are dead. They don't live past birth, or they die during birth. So they gave me a 30% chance to live, and I came out 100% healthy. And that's why I'm so pumped and blessed to be here to tell my story, because I'm here, and I didn't pass away. So growing up, I mean, straight from the hospital, the doctors told my parents everything and anything you can name. They said your kid won't be able to do this. Your kid won't be independent. Your kid won't be able to eat on its own. Your kid won't be able to drive. Your kid won't be able to lift weights. Your kid won't be. They just told my parents that I won't be able to do anything. And my parents would have to do everything just to help me out, even like eating and stuff. And I have to thank my parents, because growing up, my parents never babied me. I am the baby of 3 others, so we have 4 siblings, and I'm the baby. And my parents didn't baby me during my childhood. They'd throw me in the group, and I get my butt kicked by my siblings, just like you guys did. And that was huge, because, you know, growing up, if your parents are babying you and not letting you see the reality of the world and the hardships that you have to go through, and just make life so easy for you, it's not going to turn out well. You need to know that life is hard. Life gets hard. Life may be hard now, but life is going to get hard. It's going to knock you down. And I have to thank my parents for not babying me, because I don't know if I'd be as strong as I am today. But like I said, doctors told me I can't do any of those things. I was skateboarding by the age of like 3. I played a full set of drums. I was in 2nd grade. I was playing in the 6th grade band. That's how good I was. I'm a certified scuba diver. I ride a bike for cardio. My mom taught me how to play the piano. I play the harmonica. We got a Frisbee somewhere. The Frisbee's over there. I got a Frisbee. And I was a varsity wrestler in high school. So, like I said, the biggest motivational speech someone could give me in life is telling me I can't do something. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do something. There are going to be people in your life that are going to tell you, oh, you can't do that, you know, you can't do this. Don't listen to any of them. You can have whatever you want in this world as long as you work hard enough for it. It's just gonna take a lot of time, and it takes a lot of practice. And bringing up skateboarding, you can compare it to life. So when I was younger, it used to be hard for me to get around, and my parents started like putting me on skateboards and stuff. And at first, this is how I'd ride my skateboard. I'd lay on my stomach like this, and I'd go super slow. And I got kind of bored of that, because I wanted to go fast. And my mom was like, no, don't go fast, you'll hurt yourself. But I wanted to go fast. So it was bigger steps, bigger strides. And you know, I'm the type of person that it's never enough. I always want to strive to be better than I was the day before. And just riding a skateboard like that was not cutting it. I was bored. So started standing up on it. My pants are getting caught, so my pants are long, but started standing up on it, riding like this, and that freaked my mom out. I fell. I had cuts all over me. And then finally, as I grew older and wanted more, my mom walked outside once, and I was like this down the road. And she was like, what? What are you doing? And there were so many times that I tried to do that handstand on the street and just, boom, smack my face right into the pavement. I didn't care. I had blood all over my face. I wanted to do something that I didn't do the day before, and I practiced that handstand. I have a famous picture of me doing a handstand that's all over the internet. But like I said, you can compare this to life. You know how many times I have failed? Failure was my best friend. Failure is still my best friend. It's going to be your guys' best friend. The best thing you can do is take failure as a positive. It's the way you overcome failure and use failure to your benefit is going to shape you as a person. I'm sure all of you have failed at something. You don't just quit. I mean, kids nowadays, that's why I'm so pumped to be here, because kids nowadays, they quit everything. Sorry, it's the reality. You guys quit everything. You guys give up so easily. You can't do something, you give it a try or two, and you're like, it's not for me, I can't do it. That's not the way, dude. I've failed so many times throughout life, not just skateboarding, but everything. I've failed in everything in life. And if I quit, I wouldn't be in front of you here talking. I'd just be in my room crying about me failing. And that's no fun. Now, growing up, as I got to your age, middle school, it's one of middle school and high school is the most judgmental time in your life, where like everybody judged you. You know, you guys are getting judged all the time. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. And that's where I realized that I was different. I mean, growing up when I was littler, I didn't really see that I was different. I didn't see the wheelchair. I didn't see the aid that I had in school. The kids were growing. I was still the same size. I didn't see that stuff until middle school and high school. And that was my lowest point in my life. And I was depressed, and I thought it was worthless. You know, I didn't know why I was here. The big question was why. Why am I born like this? Why does this have to be me? Why did this happen to me? You know, just saying why. And that was the most negative point in my life, because I just didn't want to be here. I didn't understand why me. And like I said, didn't want to push anymore, and I just didn't want, at some points, I didn't want to live anymore. And because I just felt useless. And like I said, I didn't know what is my purpose, you know? Like I can't work a regular job. I can't do that. Like there's some things that I have to accept that I can't do, you know? I can't dunk a basketball, you know that. But that was the lowest point, and I was just trying to find myself and realize, you know, why am I here? And why did I get put on this earth like this? Now, this is where my senior year came in, and as I grew up, my sophomore year, my older brother was a wrestler for the same high school. He graduated, and all my best friends were wrestlers. And they're like, you know, man, out of all people, like you should try it. You try everything in life. You might as well try it. Like, listen to yourself. You always want to try everything. So at the time, this arm was a little bit longer, and it had a hard point, and the skin was growing. It looked like a chicken wing. It looks like a potato now. We call it a potato on vine. It's potato. But it looked like a chicken wing at first. You can laugh. I'm not offended. And it was very painful because the bone was growing faster than the skin. So I couldn't really touch it on anything. Like I couldn't hit it on anything. It was super sensitive. And that also, the way I played the drums was I'd tape the sticks to my hands. So it was rough from that. And I made the choice. One day I came home from school, and like I said, it was something wrestling was something that I really wanted to do. So I wasn't just gonna say, oh, I can't do it because my arm hurts. I came home and said, hey Mom, I want to cut my arm off. I want to cut some of my arm off just so I can wrestle. She's like, what? You're nuts. I'm like, yeah, I'm nuts, but I want to do it. And they always told me, if you want to do something in life, if you really want it, do it. So I came home and I said, you know, Mom, it was around Halloween. I didn't get to go trick-or-treating that year. But I said, Mom, I want to get my arm amputated and shorten it so I can put a cushion on it and do physical activities. I want to wrestle. She's like, are you sure you want to wrestle? You know, it's dangerous, all that mom stuff. I was like, no, Mom, I want to wrestle. Schedule appointment, I'm cutting my arm off. And that's what we did. And the Halloween of my sophomore year, I got my arm amputated. They shortened it and then put a cushion over with a bunch of skin, so I was able to bang it up. And I went through, you know, healing, and it took a little bit to heal and like get used to it, because like I was used to my arm being out here and now it's down there. It's like cutting it in half. So it was weird to get used to. And at that time, wrestling season was already over sophomore year. So junior year, I tried out for the wrestling team. And I was JV, and the whole junior year I got my butt kicked, the whole year. I mean, you know, I was new to wrestling. I didn't know anything about wrestling. It was just like a new kid going into a sport and not knowing anything about it, and that was me. And every day I'd work my butt off 110% because I wanted to be better than I was the day before. And I'm going against, full-bodied kids, not holding back 100%. So it was like a huge challenge for me. So my junior year was just a whole big learning process, and that's why I wanted to say, I failed so much, and I failed a lot in wrestling. I got beat up. I got beat up in wrestling to the point where, like, some practices I would just cry because I sucked so bad. But I worked my butt off, and that summer I started getting in the weight room a little bit, not too serious, but I got in the weight room and just wanted to get a little bit stronger, and I worked that whole summer just to get a little bit better. And my senior year, I tried out for I got back on the wrestling team, and I was the varsity. I beat the kid that was in the varsity spot. I destroyed the kid, and it goes to show you work so hard for something that you really want. I mean, if you really want something, you're gonna work endlessly. You're gonna eat, sleep, and breathe what you want. And what I wanted was to wrestle varsity, and I did. And my job on the team wasn't to give up 6 points, which is a pin. And so that means not going to your back. And so every practice, I'd practice my back bridge. What a back bridge is for wrestling, and I get put to my back, I'm straight here. So your shoulder blades aren't touching. I'd sit in the corner and not wrestle with anyone. And I'd sit there and just stay on my neck the whole time to strengthen my neck. And I did that for hours and hours and hours. And I got to the point where I'd go out against a region champ, or a region qualifier, which means he's pretty good. He's one step below state level. And I'd go out there and he couldn't pin me. I had a kid, I went out there and my coach was like, this kid's good, just try to stay off your back. He's like super good. And I'm like, all right, So I go out there and this kid's trying to turn me this way, this kid's trying to turn me, and I was so strong here. I would just hunker down here, keep moving and not go to my back. And I was so strong there that his coach was on the sideline freaking out. Pin him, just screaming at this kid, bloody murder. And this kid could not move me. He was getting so pissed off. And he would try to turn me this way, and the only thing he could do was spin around me, because if he spun around me, it was 2 points, but he couldn't really take me down and get back points or anything. So he would just spin around me, and his coach was like, dude, you need to pin this kid. Like, he's got no legs. Like, pin him. Like, it's not hard. And I was just not giving up. And I remember it was the last period, and there was like 40 seconds left, and I was super tired, super drained, and he's here, and he's going to flip me over like this. And why the origin, like why this came up as a potato, is my best friend's. The potato was a wrestling move for me. Now, I'm gonna potato one of you, probably you, because you were sleeping. Tell me how this feels. Ready? Tickles, right? Yeah. So. He was just about to turn me, and I'm super tired, super gassed, and I look over to my teammates, and my best friend screams, "Potato!" And I'm like, "Potato!" So I go like this, and boop, just smack this kid right in the face with this, right up his nose, just bam! And he goes like this, little blood comes out, and he looks at the coach, starts cursing, he's like, "Whoa, where's that?" And the ref didn't say anything, and that kid did not put me to my back that whole match. And I saved myself with the potato, the last 30 seconds, put it right in his face, show him what's good, and it goes to show, I didn't give up, and that's the main message I want to give to you guys. Is like, don't give up on anything you want to do in life. You're gonna have people tell you can't do this, you can't do that. It's all baloney. If you want something, you can have it. If I can do all this crazy stuff that you guys think's cool with no legs and one arm, just imagine the potential you guys got with a full body. Just imagine all the crazy, amazing things that you can conquer and achieve with a full body. I have half of it, and I do this stuff. So there's really no excuse for you guys to make an excuse that you can't do anything. I'll pull up a video of me cranking someone. Now this was my senior year of high school.
Zombie break.
This is my slow-mo, right? And that's what I did my senior year. People ask me, "Wait, what did you do in high school?" I just ran around in Walmart and pranked people like a zombie. So to get back to wrestling, you know, physically was the toughest thing I ever done, and mentally. I mean, just the physical part was so hard, and mentally it was just so draining. And like I said, failure is your best friend. I failed every single day, and the way you use failure is going to benefit you guys, because, like I said, if you fail and you just drop it, you're not going to get anywhere in life. If you're going to get that mentality that every time something gets hard, you're going to quit, and we don't want that. And my varsity, my senior year, I was 2-17, and 2 wins, and the main goal was to prove people wrong, and for myself. Because I had so many people say, you know, you won't be able to wrestle, come on, bro. And I did it. And like I said, the biggest motivational speech someone could give me is telling me that. No, I'll put it right on.
Don't drop it.
Alright, get to like the green. I'll hit you on the green. You got it. Give him a round of applause.
Was it hard to perform in school?
Perform?
Yeah.
Like writing?
Yeah.
No, writing, how I write is, I put, it's like, say it's the pencil, I put the pencil like this and just write like this. The only downfall is like I'm so close to the paper, I'd have to like look back and like see what I'm reading, because like, if this was a paper, I'd be like this writing. But now, I was one of those kids that like, if the teacher gave a test, sorry teachers, if the teacher gave a test, I'd try to be the first one done and just rush. Don't do that. Where have I been in the world? Not enough places. I need to go everywhere. But out of high school, graduated high school, I moved to California myself for a little bit. I was in LA for like 6-7 months. Moved back. I've been to like the Bahamas. I've been to Japan, and that's about it. Hopefully I come back in a couple years and talk to you guys when you're older and say I've been everywhere. I can manual, but I haven't skated in a while. I don't think I'm gonna attempt it. I'm sorry, but I probably fall and make a goof of myself. But yeah, I used to practice manualing down my whole road, and I can honestly go for like forever. Now I can't. Huh? Holiday? I like Mother's Day, so I get back to my mom because she's awesome, and Father's Day. But we obviously like, if you celebrate Christmas, I like presents too. So if you guys like your presents.
Everyone likes them.
Huh? Weirdest prank? This guy over here, we collabed on a prank, and I doused myself in fake blood and tied my mouth shut, and he put me in a suitcase, and he returned me to a suitcase.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we returned, sorry, but yeah, that's the weird, I returned myself in the suitcase, and the old lady opened it, and it was me bloody, and she kind of freaked out, and we ran out before security guys. So yeah, it's a good one. Favorite things to do? Honestly, my favorite things to do, and you guys will learn this, honestly, is just surrounding yourself with awesome people, surrounding yourself with positive friends and a positive friend group and positive family members, and that's the best thing you can do, and you know how fun it is to just surround yourself with awesome people. So that's like my hobby. Oh. What was that? I can't hear you.
Oh.
on one side. All right, guys.
Oh, that's like on first.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Zoom in more.
Yo, I swear, if any of you give me bunny ears, you're gonna get it.
Oh, giving ideas. All right, awesome. Got it. All right, guys, thank you for being such good audiences for